Black girl magic, come on. Oh my gosh, you guys, can you guys see this hair? I know you're asking yourself, is this that same hair? Can you see how laid this is?
I know what you been through. I know what you like. I know what you like.
Hey loves, welcome and welcome back to my channel. Mara here. If you're returning, thank you for coming back to watch another video. If this is your first time, hey love, I love to make lifestyle content, immigration tips and self-improvement. I hope you find any of my content useful and you stick around for exciting content. In this video, I'm going to be answering your questions from Instagram. I had put out a Q&A tab on my Instagram and even on YouTube, but I've already answered the questions that came on YouTube and the video is already up now. I'm gonna put it here or here. Make sure you check that Q&A, but this is especially for the questions I got on Instagram because the questions were just too much. I couldn't answer them in one video, so I decided to have a separate video for this one. So if you ask me any question, even if you didn't ask me any question, just watch this video. It's gonna be entertaining, banter, fun and educating at the same time. And if you also want to know how I installed this wig on my head, definitely keep watching because I took you guys through the entire process. This is also me manifesting the things that I want to see on this channel. I want to be able to work with wig brands in the future or now. Like, I'm ready to work with big brands, so I really hope you guys enjoy this video. So let's go ahead and lay this hair. I'm trying to style my wigs on camera more, so I'm going to be styling this hair that I got. I've worn this hair once, okay? I got it from a vendor online and I've only worn it once and I washed it and kept it. You guys asked me a couple of questions, quite a couple on YouTube. I decided to do a separate video for that one. If you haven't seen it, I'm going to link it here. You can go watch that one. So this is basically me answering the YouTube questions, the Instagram questions. And if you guys can see, we have a couple, right? So there's no way I would have answered this ones alongside the questions I had to answer on YouTube. My hair is already laid because I had ponytails on last week, so I already kind of laid my hair. So usually the first thing I would do, because I have washed this wig, I'm going to go on and just like put some color. I'm going to be using my palette. I'm going to be using a mixture of this color and this one because like it's gonna give me just the perfect color that I want my closure to have. And this closure is not even a bleached it's not a bleached closure at all, so I have to tint it and make it look closer to my skin tone. So the first person said, Mara, you are beautiful, just love you, no questions. Thank you so much. Aww. So you guys see now that I've applied this, it kind of like looks closer to what my skin tone is looking like. Sorry guys, I had to move us around so I can make use of the mirror which is directly in front of me. See, this wig cap is the most crusty one that I have, but you guys, because we don't fake it here, this is what I'm going to be using because that is all that the one that I can find. I don't know where all of my wig caps had disappeared to. Just a little bit tip: if you want your frontal or your wig to be laid properly, just make sure that you're using edge control to lay your hair down pretty well before you go ahead and wear your wig cap. Someone says, I love your makeup, Mara, can you share a makeup routine video sometime? This wig came as a side pattern wig, but I genuinely want to turn it to a middle part. So yeah, someone is asking me to do a makeup routine video. I've already filmed that video. Is a part 1 of the Q&A. I'm gonna link it here or here. What gives you the courage to keep at it? Work, school, content. I really love this question. So what gives me the courage to go at it? I'm going to approach it the way you asked me. So for work, what gives me the courage to keep at work is actually the money. Yep, honestly, because like, how am I gonna survive if I don't work, right? I get like the question is coming from, oh, maybe, you know, the motivation and all, but honestly guys, the major motivation for me is the money, because I have to pay bills, I have to survive in Canada. And if I am not working, how do I do that? So my darling, that is what gives me my major motivation, because I really need to work. I haven't gotten to a place where I'm genuinely working the job that I want, like the job of my dream. I'm not gonna lie, okay? But for now, it's actually the money. And what keeps me going, gives me the courage to keep going with school. My dear, that is why I'm here. I don't even have a choice, even if I didn't want to, right? I don't have a choice. You guys, I do not have any single choice but to keep going. And also for content, this is where I feel like, yes, I love it. I love being a creative. I love, making an impact. I love doing something that kind of like helps the next person. So I think that is the part where I feel like I'm generally like happy when it comes to doing content. So I genuinely just love content creation. I genuinely just love sharing. All right, so those are the things that like keep me going when it comes to these areas of my life. Work, I have to keep doing it for the money. School, I just have to complete my master's degree because I've always wanted to get a master's degree. So I know that I have to just keep going at it, right? Yep. And also seeing the ending, like I'm also almost thinking about when I'm gonna finish my program, how happy I'm gonna be and stuff like that. So it's also like gives me the courage and the inspiration to go at it. And for content, I love doing what I'm doing. I feel like I'm one of those people that even if YouTube is not paying, I'll probably still be doing YouTube. I'm not even saying it because I'm just filming this video, no, because it's something that gives me joy. I say it a lot here that if there's one thing that I generally just enjoy about YouTube, is just the community that it brings to me, and just being able to connect with you guys and being able to like share my experiences and see that advice help someone else. It's just like the most beautiful thing ever. Someone says, how is the cost of living in Regina, and why is the University of Regina's lecturers not responding to emails? And if you're seeing my face for the very first time, I'm doing my master's degree in the University of Regina, Saskatchewan, Canada. For my hair, I like it to go back like in the frontal area, so I'm going to use the hot comb more on this area to achieve that. The cost of living in Regina is generally fair. I know that cost of living is getting high in most parts of the world, and Canada is not an exemption, of course, but it's pretty fair compared to bigger provinces. I hope you get what I mean. Yeah. And why lecturers are not replying to emails, it's something that I don't know why, because lecturers might have private or personal reasons why they are slow on responding to their emails, right? So it's not like a generalized thing. And generally also, I noticed that when I came to Canada, responses from the university was faster, but right now people complain that schools or instructors do not really respond as fast it used to be. So I hope that you consider that factor as well. So you guys think of how high this place was when I started and how it is now. Like I said, I love my hair really flat. Why does lecturers not respond to emails or persons seeking supervisors? So if you're coming to Canada for your master's degree and you want to do a thesis-based program, that is what this person means technically, you have to have a supervisor, and they are just saying that the person is not responding. So what happens is that sometimes professors already have like a number of students that they want to supervise for the semester, or they are not just taking, okay, because also like can be a lot on them. So that might be the challenge, the reason why the professor is not responding. Another thing you can do is to email the department directly and just inquire and be like, okay, you have tried contacting this person that kind of fits, because before you can pick a supervisor, they have to have the same research interest. Let's say you want to go into research about metaphysics, that's for instance. So you have to make sure that you're getting a supervisor that is in that line and not getting a supervisor that is in chemicals, right? So I don't know, this is just the illustration that I could think of. So maybe try reaching out to your department and maybe see if they have any answers for you. Someone also asked, hi Mara, what is the process of getting a driver's license for someone who does not have Nigerian experience? Okay, for myself too, I didn't drive in Nigeria that much, but if you're confident enough that you can drive, if you know that you can drive, to come with your driver's license. I have a video where I talked extensively about owning a car in Canada and the whole process. I'm gonna link it here or here. As always, make sure to check it out. It's gonna explain most of the things, that the questions that you need answers to. Make sure that you genuinely know how to drive. Make sure you know how to drive at least, then you can come with your license. That's it. So I'm going to go ahead now to glue down my hair. You guys would agree with me that if I wanted this hair to be like this, I'll probably just even leave it like this. And if I wanted this hair to have like a dry touch and be full, you guys, I'm just gonna keep combing it out or running my hands through it to just like be fluffy and big as it is already. Okay, but because I want to also get like a coily feel out of this hair, I'm going to go ahead and do the rest of the process with you guys. So I'm going to go on with my got2b glue, and what I do with this glue is just to spray it. This is a free spray, so make sure that you shake it very well and gently just spray it where you want the closure to begin. Don't spray this on your edges, like, I don't know, like in a way that it will be hard to come up, right? So usually I would just use my dryer to dry this a bit, not for it to be dry, but for it to have a sticky effect. Like if it's a bit sticky, then I can pull my hair close, but I'm using the fan which is directly in front of me to like dry it up, dry to the extent that I love it. Then I'm just going to pull this in. So if you don't have a Nigerian experience but you want to drive when you move to Canada, first of all, I would always advise people to learn how to drive from back home. But then if you don't know how to drive, it's a longer process. Okay, but if you already know how to drive from Nigeria, you have your driver's license, it kind of makes the whole process easier for you when you come with your home driver's license. But just let's assume you don't know how to drive from Nigeria and you just move in here. It's a longer process. You have to take a written test, and then you will now have to practice and wait for 9 months, and you can't drive without someone in the car. Like there's just so many rules. So I'm going to secure the glue that I already put on this hair. I'm using this band, and I find that this is easier for me. So I have a band that has this clip on here. I don't know what they call this stuff, so that way I don't have to tie. So now what I do is I technically just put this around my neck and make sure that it's clipped. Then I just pull it up, avoiding my makeup, just pull it up and kind of like place it where I want it to be. Yep, so the purpose of this is just to further secure the glue and help secure the wig, okay, for it to sit properly. So at this point, what I would do is technically to go in with the same powder that I have used. You can use a foundation. I don't like using foundation because I don't want it to be sticky, so I'm just going to use this shade of my powder palette to just go over it and just give it that illusion as if it's like the same thing as my skin. Black girl magic, come on. So someone said, my own be say when we go marry. Are you open to long distance relationship? Miss you, we should hang out soon. Oh, this one is from my girl. Are you open to a long distance relationship? I think that for long distance relationship, I would say that, of course, if I ever have to be in a long distance relationship, I think I'm very much open to that. Not just going to be involved in a long distance relationship with anybody. I'm probably going to already know who my partner is before I can do that kind of relationship. I am not about to date someone that is very far away from me, because why are we partners in the first place? Because we have to be partners, and partners stay closer to each other. I might be wrong. I mean, there might be cases where my partner might have to be away from me. That is totally fine, guys. But most of the time, I want my man, honestly, I want my man close to me. So I think that I would be open to a long distance relationship if the situation it's just inevitable, and we both have that understanding. I'm going to use this thing. This is a mixture of this leave-in conditioner. I have like 20% of the leave-in and 80% of water. You should have more water. So let's continue our question. This person says, I want to start up as a content creator in Canada. What can I do? My love, just carry your camera and start recording. Honestly, because there is actually nothing else you can do but just to start recording those videos. You know, those are the things that you have to start putting in place if you want to be a content creator. You just have to start. Like, I think that I struggled with that too, because like when I moved here, I knew that okay, I wanted to do content, but I was also like scared because I didn't know how my content would be received. I didn't know like if I had the knowledge. That is the funny thing about this thing. You don't have to be perfect. People that will love you for the knowledge that you bring and what you have. And that is why nobody here says, oh, they are professionals in this. Like, it's all experiences that we share. So just get your camera, just sit down and record your videos. Okay, another thing that would help you is to have a content planner. Okay, I have my content planner. It's not close to me here, so I plan every content that I want to shoot in. Maybe I'm like, okay, these content are very important. I'm gonna shoot this once in the next 2 weeks. I'm gonna do this. So like, and if you're starting as well, you also have to pay attention to doing content that are, you know, going to attract people, like the information that people, oh my gosh, you guys, can you guys see this hair? Can you guys see this curls? They're so pretty, and I'm not even using the brush. Oh my gosh, you guys, look at that definition. Absolutely do love it. So I was saying, you just have to start. You can do it. So many people are doing it. You just have to pick up your camera and start recording. And I can't wait to watch your content as well, because this ocean is too big for all of us to swim in. Can you see how this side looks already? I'm gonna go on and do the side as well. I know you're asking yourself, is this that same hair? Don't even play with what leave-in conditioner and water can do to your curly hair. This person says, hey Mara, where are you from? I know you are Igbo, but not sure where you are from. Okay, I am Igbo. I am from Anambra State, okay, Nigeria, just in case you're wondering where that is. If you're not Nigerian. So someone else is asking, are you in a relationship? Why are you people curious about my relationship status? What will he do for you? Will he add money to you? Tell me, I'm curious. Oh, okay. You guys, can you see how laid this is? Even though this is not a HD lace, but it is still laying. Okay, see how it just brought out my face all of a sudden. So relationship for me is one thing that I would never discuss online. I said that in the other video, but if this girl gets a ring on her finger, you guys are gonna be one of the first set of people to know. So do you have a partner? I just answered that. Are you coming back to Nigeria? I don't know, my darling. I don't know when I'm coming back to Nigeria. I don't know if that time is soon, but I really want to be in Nigeria so badly because I've kind of missed home. It's just been such a long time. How is the job market in Canada for people when they finish school? Oh, this is a very interesting question. The job market, honestly, I'm going to be honest with you guys, it also depends on the program that you've studied in Canada. There are some programs that are in such high demand, okay, that once you're done with school, you are guaranteed for jobs. And honestly, don't ask me what those programs are because I'm not very sure, but I know that some tech programs are in that line. Courses also like human resource. I mean, there might be scarcity of job for sure, but the thing is that you are sure that you are gonna get a job when you finish. But there are also programs that when you study, you'll be confused where you fit in and all. But also to help you guys, there's also what we call transferable skills, right? So it doesn't necessarily have to be the program that you've studied. You can have skills that you can transfer into, you know, other field that you might have interest in going in. Like, I mean, so many people go into tech these days and they do not even have a tech background. Guys, my battery is dying. I'm gonna change my battery and I'll be back. Guys, I'm sorry the battery didn't let you guys see me take this up, so I just literally just put the frontal or the closure together and just put it in a bun and just like, not really a bun, just hold it together and just let this fall. Okay, so the next question is, what is the best province to move to in Canada? There's really no best province. The best province is that province that you want to move to. Honestly, there is nothing like best province to move here. There are so many factors to consider when you want to move. Maybe you have a family or you have someone that's going to make settling easy for you, and a whole lot of other stuff like financial capacity. There are so many provinces that cost of living is cheaper compared to some other ones, so those are just the kind of factors that people consider. So someone else asked me, what is the best way to move to Canada in 2024? The best way to move to Canada in 2024 is that way that you want to move to Canada or however you can afford to move to Canada. That is the best way to move to Canada. You are like, there is really nothing like this is the best part. Honestly, if you want to come here as a student, now is the best time. If you want to come here as a PR, now is the best time. Just use the route that is best suitable for your qualification and get it done. Okay, someone else is saying, I think someone asked me when am I coming to Nigeria. I didn't finish that question. I do not know. I am not even thinking about it right now. So this one says, the job market in Canada. This video is everywhere, but I think I was talking about that before the camera went off. Yeah, so the the job market in Canada, honestly, it depends on the program. So I always tell people, study strategic programs. Okay, you don't want to go and study forestry and all that. Like, I'm not looking down on courses or programs, right? But I'm just like being honest with you. You know, just study. The best program is that one that you also want to study, and a sprinkle of research before you go for it. That is what I would say. So someone said, what is your favorite color? My favorite colors, I rather have favorite colors. My favorite colors should be in the family of white, neutral colors. I love white, I love black, I love beige. So I don't think I have a favorite color per se. Right now, I think the only bright color that I love would be burnt orange. Aside burnt orange, I'm not a fan of any other bright color. I'm a neutral girl, you know, so I love my neutral colors. What is your future plans after school? These questions are a lot. Future plans after school would be just working and making money. Honestly, I don't have any like strategic future plans. God leads and I follow, in as much as I have some things I'm putting in place. But yeah, that is it just for now. Someone said, hey Mara, I just want to say I love you so much. Your personality is beautiful. I love you so much too, my darling. So someone else says, I heard Canada is very lonely. How do you cope with that? I've talked about that a lot also on my channel, but the thing about Canada being lonely is just because of the lifestyle and how people here are wired. Okay, we are coming from a society where you can walk into your neighbor's house and be like, I came to collect Maggie, I want salt. And you don't do that here. Like, people are very civil, people are very private here. So I think that's why people think Canada is lonely, and for sure it is also lonely because it's a busy life out here, so most people don't have time to socialize. So how do I cope with that? I have my own community. I'm building my own community of friends, and that is it. So someone says, how is your internship going? Are you having a good time? I'm in between, honestly. Like, I know I told you guys I was gonna come complain after a while, so I think that I'm currently in a place where I think I'm enjoying it, and I'm also like, what's going on here? Someone says, how do I get jobs fast in Canada? I have a video on that. Okay, if you're coming here as a student, you know, the ways that you can get good paying jobs. All right, so I'm going to link that video here or here so that you can get an extensive understanding of what that is. I'm sorry I couldn't answer it here because it's just gonna make the video even longer. Okay, so someone says, how can someone get admission for thesis-based program? For thesis-based program, you have to get a supervisor, and for you to get a supervisor, you have to go through the course program that you want to apply for in the school's website, and sometimes they would have the names, contact details of the professors that might, be open to taking students. So all you need to do is to find the professor that kind of fits into what you're looking for, and you send them an email. If you're lucky and they are free, they will take you. Okay, can I pay my tuition as a student in Canada? You can, absolutely, and also you might not be able to. It is two-way. I think, like, I have two answers for that, and I already have a video on that too. I'm going to link it somewhere here. But just to summarize it, if you're coming here as an undergraduate, I don't know, it might be very taxing, it might be a lot. But if you're coming here for post graduate program, I feel like you can, because you're an adult, you are also taking lesser courses, and courses are also a bit like cheaper for graduate programs compared to undergraduate programs. So you just have to find where you fit. And yeah, so I have a video, I'm going to put it because that video kind of like explains it. Someone says, where are you spiritually now? Because I know I've talked about growing my faith and growing in God, and honestly, I am in a place where I am like, this is the most beautiful life ever. Where I am physically, spiritually, is a place of peace, a place of knowing that God is the author of my life, and wherever he writes, or however he writes a script, I just act and follow. So I'm in a very good place, that I'm thankful to God for that. Someone said, you have really leveled up in your content and looks. Any tips for the girls? I don't know, but I've always been someone that likes to look good and all of that and da. So also leveling up on my content, I think, because I now use a camera, so it's kind of like makes my videos look better. Okay, and even looks, I started going to the gym, paying more attention to what I eat, taking care of my skin, like a bunch of other things, like taking my supplements and just paying attention to me, like paying more attention to me. I feel like I've paid attention to a lot of other people and a lot of things in the past, but I'm learning to pay more attention to me. So I think those are the things that are gradually changing, and paying attention to God also, just paying attention to things that are important to me and for my growth. One other question that is very important that someone asked me is that how can I get brand collaboration as a small YouTuber? I notice you get a lot, and honestly, if I've had 100 collaborations, 98 of them came to me. Like I haven't had to write brands, but hold on, I have intentions to, because there are brands that I want to work with, that I want to reach out to. But so far so good. Brands has been the ones reaching out to me and not the other way around. I want to reach out to a lot of brands too that I genuinely want to work with, but just haven't had the time. But again, if you want to work with brands, just get a list of the brands that you want to work with. I know a friend that is a YouTuber that worked with a lot of brands that I really want to work with, and I asked her to give me their email and contact information and stuff, you know what I mean? So when I'm ready to work with those brands, I'm just going to send them an email. So literally, like, all the brands I work with have, and I see it as a blessing. I'm so grateful they've all reached out to me. But I also have brands that I'm going to be reaching out to soon, like hair brands. Please come sign me up, come partner with me, come collaborate with me. And I think, yes, I've answered all the questions that you guys asked me. Yep, I didn't answer them sequentially. It's really hard to know which one I haven't answered, but scrolling through it now, I think I've answered all the questions. And someone said, please Mara, share your skincare routine. Yeah, I think I'm going to make a skincare routine videos, but I just feel like when I do videos like that, they don't do well. So, and I know how much work I put in, so I just like shy away from them. But right now, I really want to get into lifestyle influencing and stuff like that, so I'm definitely going to do a skincare routine video for you guys, because a lot of you have asked me that. I'm not a professional, but just to show you guys the basic things that I do and how it's been helping me. I hope you guys really enjoyed this video and I answered all your questions, and you also enjoyed watching me style this beautiful wig. Thank you guys so much again for watching, and I'll see you guys in my next video. I love you guys. Bye.